welcome. We're gonna do a little flow, starting and standing, a little bit of a leg focus, a little bit of twist, something to do if you need a little energy during the day, at the end of your workout, if you're wanting to work on mobility. As always, kind of a whenever feel good flow. Start with just a little shoulder and heart opener. Take your hands and clasp them. And if you're not ready for this, your shoulders can't support that, it's not a big deal. You're gonna hold opposite elbows instead of clasping hands. Just inhale. Draw your arms down, draw your knuckles down. Not a big stretch here, we're just starting. Just tuning in to feeling openness across your heart. Feel your feet really grip the ground. Feel the length in your back, breathe across your shoulders. And then release. Take a big breath. Take the hands in front, just reach and round. Crossing the wrists, little bend in the knees, chin to chest. And then again, just coming back. Elbows are totally fine. And then stand a little taller, maybe draw down a little more. And then bring the arms in front. Just bringing movement in slowly. If you're already warm and been exercising, you can take this a little further. And then step kind of wide and just reaching over into a side bend. Again, you don't need to go far if you're not ready yet. Try to keep your shoulders, don't want them to round forward. We want to reach to the side and then switch. Breathing. Feeling what's going on in the side body, the legs too. You feel when you go here. And then sweep really low. Just letting your torso hang like a rag doll and then reaching over. And again, staying low, coming up into your side bend. And then coming into a fold, super relaxed again. Bend your knees and straighten, keeping the feet wide. Do it again. And then you're gonna take your feet closer together. You don't need to be right close, but closer. And then I want you to crouch down, keeping your chest real close to your legs, relaxing your head, and I want you to lift your heels and then lift your hips. Legs a little bit straighter, close to straight, because the heels are off the ground. Let's do it again. Oh, a little release in the lower back and the upper back as well, the hips too. If you have tightness there, go again. I've got my fingertips just lightly on the floor. Upper body's relaxed, taking our hips down and back and then up. Breathing really softly at the top here, put your heels down. Maybe a little walkie side to side. Very relaxed, very calm. Oh, and breathe, roll up. Inhale, exhale, roll your shoulders back, roll them forward. Do that again, in and out. And then we're just gonna come into a fold, do some gentle sun salutations. I'm gonna walk my hips out a bit and then take my feet back because my body is still getting warm, still getting ready. Back is long and flat in plank, hands right under shoulders. Let's put our knees on the ground and press our hips back to child's pose. Reaching the fingers forward, resting the head. Couple breaths. And then come up to plank pose again, breathing a little stronger this time. Pull your feet forward like they're pulling towards your hands, but reach through your heels too. Inhale, super strong. And then the knees come down and we come into child's pose. And breathe. Stretch through your fingers as you press your hips back. Be active here. And then come up, curling. Take your hands right under your shoulders, and then we're gonna arch the back, tuck the chin to cat, and then lift the hips and the head, cat to cow. Keep doing that with your breath. Out and in. Make this active. Grip the ground with your fingers and with your hands. Arch your back, tuck your chin, feel your spine warming up and up. And then just bring your spine nice and neutral, nice and strong and flat. And and breathe in. You're gonna extend your right leg behind you. As you extend your leg, make sure your hips are level and your chest is level. We're not going up high, it's in line with your back. And then also extend your left arm. So you've got your opposite arm and leg lifted. Spread your right toes, reach your arm and leg strong and long. And then you're either going to stay here in a stretching bird dog or bend your right leg, taking hold of your foot with your left hand and lift up. This is an opener for the front of the body and a stretch. It's beautiful up the leg as well. Inhale, spread your right toes, lift up, don't pull, open. Breathing very deeply. One more breath. And then reaching away again, finding that little bit more length. It's wonderful. And then coming back to cat-cow. I've got my toes curled. You can do whatever feels good for you. I like curling my toes. It gives my feet a little stretch as well. Make this big, you guys. Press your hands, press your knees down. Arms are strong. Intentional movement here for the spine. And then you're gonna extend your left leg. Breathe in and out. And when you're ready, when you're balanced, when everything's square and solid, reach your right hand out and then reach away from you with your right fingertips and your left toes. Stay here or bend your knee. Take hold of your foot and lift up. Inhaling, exhaling, breathe. Feel that opening across the body, diagonally down, all through your left leg. One more breath, and then gently let go. Press to child's pose. And then we're gonna lift our hips for downward facing dog, the great, the beautiful, the wonderful downward facing dog. We're gonna press our hips high. Breathe in, breathe out. Feel free to paddle if you're not quite ready for this. Bending your knees, relax your head and neck, give it a shake. Press the hands down, you can even turn them out slightly towards the corners. Doesn't matter if your heels, reach the floor. Press shoulders down your back. And then we're gonna roll forward. A little bit of sunset love, because they make everything better. Knees down for this first one. Elbows in as you come halfway down. And then inhale, baby cobra, pressing the top of the legs on the floor. And then tuck the toes, lift the hips. Down dog, breathe here. Eyes behind. Bend your knees, right leg forward. Right between your hands, left leg forward and stepping into your fold. Doesn't matter if your legs are straight. What matters is that you feel the back of the body, so just breathe in here. Exhale. Bend your knees, come all the way up. My hands are gonna go out of frame, it's okay, don't worry about it. And then exhale, fold. Because I came closer to y'all, because I like you so much. Bend the knees, you guys, step or jump back, you pick. From a strong plank pose, push the hips high to downward facing dog. I'm walking back a little bit, good. Exhale. Push a little harder this time. Really strong arms, moving your shoulders down into your back pockets, upper thighs lifting towards the sky, feeling the strength in this beautiful pose. Inhale, roll forward. I'm gonna keep my knees off the floor this time, but you do you. Exhale halfway down, and then inhale up to upward dog or baby cobra. Open your chest, draw your body forward, press your feet and hips down and forward, and then reach up. Lift the hips high to down dog, bend your knees. Left leg forward between your hands this time, drop the hips, lift the heart, and then step in, tucking the chin. Stay and breathe. And then come out of your forward fold, softly bending the knees, really strong through your legs, and inhale up and back. Little back bend here if it feels good, and then exhale. Hands down the midline. We're gonna take our feet just a little bit apart, coming down into garland pose. If this pose is not your jam, feel free to stay here in a nice squat, moving through your back. You can also lift your heels up and then come down into your pose. Whatever feels good for you. My feet are outside my hips, pressed out at a diagonal. You're gonna take your arms in your legs. You're gonna breathe in and put your hands to your heart. Inhale. And exhale, breathing through your hips, through your hamstrings, your inner thighs. You can move around. I like to go just a little bit sideways, nothing crazy. Inhale. And then we're gonna put our right arm down and lift the left. If it feels good, you can come into a bind here if you like by taking your arm around the back. And then switch sides, really lifting, but as we reach our arms up, our shoulders are down. Nothing stressful, chest lifted, hips low. And then come back into the center, palms together, acknowledge your pose. Breathe in. You can make your calves and ankles burn, it's okay. And then put your hands on the floor, come back into your fold, turn your feet forward. And breathe in. And breathe out. Roll up nice and slow. Let's connect to our center really quickly here. Stepping back a bit. I'm gonna feel all four corners of both my feet on the floor, and then I'm gonna bring the weight into my left leg, okay? Really strong through your left foot, left feet. You don't have two left feet, do you? Inhale, hold your right leg and lift up. Now you can stay right here, drawing the leg towards you, working on that beautiful height. Inhaling, exhaling, stand tall. I'm wobbly today. If you'd like, you can bring your leg out to the side and reach your left arm out. A little counter balance here. Keep your eyes focused, breath steady, feeling how strong you are. And if you wobble, who cares, guys? And then go out the way you came in. So take a hold of the leg again, lift up really tall. You can even rotate your ankle. And then come down. Other side. Just a way to get centered. Lift your left knee up. Take hold, get really tall, really lifted. Feel how strong your right foot is on the floor. And then if you like, little counterbalance by extending and strengthening your right arm. And then as you lift and open the left leg, reach across your hips, breathe. And then come back to center. Lift your toes up, spread them, and then set them down. A little release through the ankles. Lovely. Right leg forward, left leg back. A little pyramid release for the hamstrings. Turn your hips forward. Exhale, lower down. Think about bringing your left hip forward and drawing your right hip back. And you may need to bend your front leg heaps. It doesn't matter. What matters is that you feel the stretch in the back of the legs and that you can relax your torso forward. Melting down, melting down. One more breath. And then soften the knee and switch. Left leg forward, so this time your left hip is drawing back. Your right hip is drawing forward to level off here. We're cascading our torso down over our left leg, bending the knee if we need to, relaxing the back of your head, your neck, all the way down across your shoulders. Don't be tense, don't be crunchy. One more time. And then have a seat, carefully, quietly. You're gonna take your feet wider than your mat and turn your toes out slightly. Inhaling, it's just like a version of Kalbu that we were doing, right? Excuse me, garland pose. Reach up. Keep moving your knees out. See my arms helping me here. And then come down and lift. Very gentle hip opener. Feels really good. Try to keep your feet on the floor. And then just bring your upper body forward. If you feel super crazy tight, don't come forward. You can move around, feeling this in the hips, yeah? Keep the knees out, the toes out, the hands soft. Just breathe. Wherever you're feeling this, breathe right there into that tension. And then you're gonna come up, bring your feet together and your knees together, and then walk your heels closer to your booty and just curl up like a ball. So you're grabbing opposite elbows across the shins. You're just holding across your shin. You're gonna tuck your chin into your chest and your forehead towards your knees and breathe up your back. Feeling that stretch across the neck, down the neck, across your shoulders and upper back. Really go for it, tuck in. And then exhale. Take a breath, that one always makes me sleepy. That's not a bad thing. Nice and gentle, let's take 3 breaths together and go about our day. Inhale. Fill your lungs softly. And again. One more. Have a fantastic day.